Hello, welcome to the daily English news program on Azərbaycan Television with the most important events of the day. I am your host, Ilham Məmmədov. On November 27th, United States Secretary of State Antony Blinken made a phone call to President of the Republic of Azerbaijan, Ilham Aliyev. During the telephone conversation, President Ilham Aliyev said that the latest statements and actions taken by the U.S. have seriously damaged Azerbaijan-U.S. relations. The head of state noted that the remarks about our country made by the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State James O'Brien at the House of Foreign Affairs Committee Subcommittee on Europe hearing on November 15, 2023 were biased, failed to reflect reality and were rejected by Azerbaijan. It was emphasized that Azerbaijani side took note of the statement about cancelling the senior level engagements with Azerbaijan and no chance of business as usual and responded adequately. President Ilham Aliyev reminded that Azerbaijan's Ministry of Foreign Affairs issued a statement on this matter on November 16th and that Azerbaijan had in its turn cancelled all senior level visits from the U.S. with the aim of normalization of relationship. Secretary Blinken has asked to allow the visit of the U.S. Assistant Secretary of State James O'Brien in December to Azerbaijan. President Ilham Aliyev agreed to this proposal on the condition that after this visit, the unfounded ban on the visits of Azerbaijani high-level officials to the United States will be lifted. Secretary Blinken has accepted that. Furthermore, it was stated that on the 21st of November, Armenia sent its comments with regard to Azerbaijan's proposals on the text of the peace treaty, which was submitted on the 11th of September 2023. Thus, Armenia has delayed its response for 70 days. 70-day long delay demonstrates again that Armenia misuses the text of the peace treaty as a pretext for the prolongation negotiation process. During the telephone conversation, the sides also exchanged views with respect to the upcoming meeting of the commissions on the delimitation of the state borders, which will take place on the 30th of November at the Azerbaijan-Armenia conditional border. Karabakh University will be established in Xankəndi as a public legal entity under the Ministry of Science and Education. The university will meet the needs of the region for highly qualified personnel in accordance with socio-economic requirements and will embody the historically established traditions of education. The first higher education institutions in the Karabakh region was established in 1969 as a branch of the Azerbaijan Pedagogical Institute. It functioned as an institution of higher education from 1973 to 1988 and ceased its activities during the occupation of our territories. The university will be based on a higher education institution in the city and will be provided with all the infrastructure, dormitories, sports grounds and other necessary facilities. The economic potential of the liberated territories, the ongoing reconstruction work and the demands of the labor market have determined the need to establish a higher education institution in the region that will supply highly qualified personnel. President Ilham Aliyev signed a decree on the establishment of the university. The charge d'affaires of the United States of America and Germany, as well as the ambassador extraordinary and plenipotentiary of France, was separately summoned to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on November 28. At the meetings, it was brought to the attention that the Abzas Media news portal carried out illegal financial transaction with the participation of organizations registered in these countries, as well as the involvement of the embassies of the mentioned countries, and a serious objection was expressed to this activity. According to international practice, it was mentioned that according to the law of the Republic of Azerbaijan on media, the financing of the local media subject by individuals or legal entities of foreign countries, as well as by state institutions of foreign countries, is not allowed. The illegal actions of the embassies of the mentioned countries and the organizations in the territory of Azerbaijan are a violation of the Vienna Convention on Diplomatic Relations. From 1991 until today, 3,460 people became the victims of mines in our country, out of which 357 are children. Only since the end of the patriotic war until today, 337 people suffered from mines. These figures indicate the scale of the mine terror conducted by Armenia against Azerbaijan.
Azerbaijan is among the most mine-contaminated countries on a global scale. According to preliminary estimates, about 1.5 million landmines were planted in our occupied territories for 30 years, and about 9,000 square kilometers were contaminated with mines. As a result of the mining operations conducted from November 2020 until now, a total of 111,207 hectares of land have been cleared of mines and explosives. During this period, 30,753 anti-personnel mines, 18,531 anti-tank mines, and 60,268 unexploded military ammunition were detected and neutralized. Armenian mine terrorism continued even after the Patriotic War. During the demining process carried out after the anti-terrorist measures in September of this year, many landmines and explosives were discovered and neutralized while inspecting houses and facilities. At the current stage, the security of state institutions operating in that area is ensured. 2 demining machines produced in our country are also working in mine-contaminated areas. Attention is paid to training deminers according to international demining standards in training centers. Women are already participating in the demining process. Over the last 3 years, 337 people became victims of landmines, 65 people lost their lives, and 272 people received various injuries. This fact indicates that there is still a threat to life in the liberated territories. The mine problem is also delaying the return of former IDPs to their ancestral homes. In this regard, the second International Technical Conference hosted by Baku serves to convey the current landmine problem to the world, to demonstrate global innovative technologies in the field of humanitarian demining and to strengthen international partnership in this field. More than 100 representatives of international organizations operating in the field of demining, operating and manufacturing companies from 25 countries of the world took part in the conference dedicated to the topic Combating Mine Threat, Innovations and Best Practices.
The 2030 agenda.
You can get in touch with us by contacting AzTV Khabar's hotline number 051-511-1956, through which you can report events you come across of, as well as share your suggestions and remarks. You can also contact us via our WhatsApp and Telegram accounts. That was all for today. Thank you for being with us. Goodbye.